Yeah. So, very good evening, Anil sir. How are you doing today?
Sir, I'm doing well. How are you? How are you?
I'm fit as Fidel, safe and sound, trying to add some value in my overall personality with the help of Almighty God and talking with people like you. Thanks for your concern.
Yeah. So, when I send you first time one invitation, on that day I wrote some question for you that I definitely when I connect with you, I will ask you from you how to improve my English like that. But like you know that we are trying and today so I wrote something, so can I ask you some question?
Sure, sir. You are more than welcome to ask questions to me. Please feel free
So,
to ask. And if you want
so
any introduction, so we can do that as well.
yeah,
So that's
first,
that's why
first,
our viewers would know about both of this.
yes,
Let me
yes.
introduce myself first. Well, as you can see in your mobile display, my name is Shiv. I born and brought up in India, and my native place is Uttarakhand. By profession, I'm a government employee. As far as my academic qualification concerned, I'm done with my master in English, master in commerce, and this year I'm pursuing a master in economics. This is my final year. In addition to this, I do teach English to beginners and intermediate speakers through different online applications as an unofficial English trainer. And I run my own YouTube channel by the name of English with Teacher Shiv, where I'm uploading spoken English content and conversational videos like this. So that's all from my side in brief.
Yeah, that's very nice, sir. Actually, I watched your videos, so I know a little bit about you. So that's why I'm not asking anything at that
Okay,
moment. But
fine.
let me introduce myself. My name is Anil Kumar Ram, as you know on the screen, and I am a martial art instructor. I have a 20-year experience of teaching karate, and also I have a master's in English and
Your video is get stuck. I'm not sure. Is it from my side or from your side? Yeah, now it's okay.
hello. Now
Yeah,
it's okay, sir. Yes, but hello.
yeah, you are audible and visible both. Go ahead.
Yes, yes. So, from 4th March 2024, I started my spoken English journey, and gradually, I'm improving. My confidence is also improving. So, this is my introduction. That's all.
Thanks, sir, for introducing yourself. I'm delighted to hear about you and like you have been doing instructing or you're giving mentorship related to martial art. That's really admirable. You must be a very tough person.
No, I'm not that much tough. Yeah.
Yeah. So now you
Okay.
can ask your questions, whatever you have planned for me. Please go ahead.
So I have a one question uh, different teachers, different senior students, they are giving us some idea, new ideas. If you want to improve your English fluency, then you have to practice shadowing. Some are saying like mirroring. Some are saying while talking, like if you we are talking each other, so in this moment, we have to do some exercise like a role play. And also, if you want to talk with any person, don't talk in general question, in general topic. Try to talk with like in particular any topic. So, what is the which one is the best for a beginner, intermediate? Like for me, so this is question for me, not everyone. So, could you advise me which one is the good for us?
Okay, so I would be more than happy to answer this question because I've been giving the answer of this question for long since I started my mentorship. See, let me start in this way. Every single person has his own unique pattern. So when I'm saying pattern, what is pattern? Pattern to acquire information, to consume data, to get knowledge. Some of us acquire knowledge with the help of visualization. When I watch such thing, I would able to know it. Some of us accumulate information with the help of imagination. When I would indulge myself into any kind of hypothetical situation or kind of story narration or picture description, then I would be able to accumulate information. Some of us have a pattern of audio. When I would listen something, I would be able to consume information in my brain that I can use anytime, right? Every single person has his own pattern to learn things. This is the first concept. And the shoes fit for you might pinch others. My story is different. Your story is different. Your pattern is different. My pattern is different. What does it mean? It simply means the way I have learned this language. It's not compulsory the way I have learned, you are going to learn from the same way.
Mhm.
You can learn in any other way, right? So that's the first thing we need to understand. So no matter how many techniques, tips and tricks, books, videos, YouTube channel, audiobooks, podcasts you have been listening and reading and watching,
Yeah.
the only thing which matter a lot, are you on that situation that you are aware of your best pattern, your best technique, which works for you, right? Second thing, most of us wants to learn English. We want to get master in this language, but we don't know the answer of why.
Right. Yes.
Why I'm learning this language.
Right.
If you don't know the answer of your why, you can't fly. And if you can't fly, so definitely you will cry. So
Yes.
that's what I want to say. You need to find the answer of your why you want to learn this language. Okay. Once you know your powerful reason to learn this language, that single powerful reason will motivate you, guide you, instruct you, and direct you. That this is the way you have to learn this language. You are not going to waste your time in any useless stuff. You are not going to beat around the bush. You practice according to need and demand, and you'd be more specific. So in that way, by putting less effort, you're getting maximum output. Right.
Right.
Third thing, we often make this blunder that we are started comparing ourselves with native speaker of English. And
Yes.
why we are comparing?
Yeah.
You and me both are Indians. English is not our native language.
Yeah.
So we should not expect the same level of expertise from ourselves as native speakers have in this language. Why? Because they are born with this language. We are not born with this language. And I can write it down. They can't speak fluently Hindi as we can't speak English. Correct? So
Yeah.
whenever we are learning English and we are making any mistake, we are stammering and fumbling, we should not feel ashamed about it. Rule number four. Most of us are literally lacking the point. I know what to speak in my native language,
Mhm.
but I don't know how to speak when it comes to English. Why? Because we don't have those terminologies, those vocabularies, which are required to express our thoughts, ideas,
Mhm.
views, notions in English. Second, we just lack because of sentence formation. I don't know from where should I start. All right. So I want everyone to engage himself to enhance some vocabs. I'm not saying in 1 day, 10 and 12. No, that's not possible. Sorry, but at least one or two vocabulary along with synonyms and the use. Vocabularies, synonym, and use in sentence. Only two. And incorporate these two vocabularies throughout the day whenever you speak English so that you can retain these vocabs for long term,
Yeah.
right? Fifth, we should not obsessed with grammars when it comes to learning a language in initial stage. First, build a confidence that you can speak English without any hesitation and shyness with anyone around the world.
Yeah.
No matter how many mistakes you are committing, no matter are you making sense or not,
Yeah.
but you are speaking English, right? The moment you reach on that level, then after you can go for accuracy, which means grammar. There
Yeah.
can you can enhance your grammar or you can work upon your grammar rules, right? But don't create a trap of grammar in initial stage. Next one is I'm not sure, but I think you have experience or not, but lot of us are afraid of making mistake. We think as soon as I would open my mouth, I'll speak English. I will make mistake because this language is new for me. People are going to make fun of me. They are going to judge about me, and they are. I would feel embarrassed. They are going to criticize me. Forget about people. Forget about their judgment. Do remember your journey. Why are you learning? And make a comparison. Are they people important for you, or the reason you have the powerful reason to learn this language? That reason is important. The moment you'll get your answer, you can easily walk upon in the roadmap which you have set for yourself, and you
Yeah.
will not get distracted and diverted by any mean of distraction. Right? Love your mistakes. We are not God. We are human beings, and human
Yeah.
beings are more than allowed to make mistakes. Mistake could become your teacher, motivator, which tells you where are you lacking and where you need to work upon. They can become a very good inspiration for you. Next one is English speaking environment. I hope you remember your childhood days that how did you learn your mother tongue and how a baby learns a language. He
Yeah.
just observe his parents, siblings around him, he- and then he started imitating to him them, and then uh, that's how he has learned his own native language. And same goes with English.
Mhm.
Wherever you are at your home, try to speak in English. Means since you wake up early in the morning, you are brushing up your teeth, you are just dressing your hair, whatever you are doing. Just
Yeah.
try to talk to yourself and speak everything in English. You have to narrate your whole day in English. I'm telling you, if you'll do this exercise all for 1 month, only for 1 month, from next month you would see a massive and drastic change in your spoken English. Why? Because next month you don't need to think about vocabularies, sentence formation, grammar rules, because you have learned and you have acquired this language in a natural, in an organic way. You don't need to think much, right? And this is how you can develop think in English power as well. All the time, following that traditional and conventional method of translation will not work, right? Okay. Now, next one is LRWS. It means listening, reading, writing, and speaking. All these modules are equally important. A lot of people have one misconception in their mind. I want to speak English. I need to focus on speaking only, nothing
Yes.
else. And that's incorrect. These four modules works equally in order
Yeah.
to speak English fluently. L, listening will allow you to get the real exposure of this language, listening podcast, native speakers, English teachers, and audio like books. Okay. Next one is R, reading will allow you to understand some advanced sentence formation, English expression, new vocabularies. And if you read out of your mouth, read aloud, so you can improve your pronunciation as well. And W is writing.
Yeah, I interrupt you in the middle of the your conversation. Like most of the time, I listen like some teachers and some YouTuber also. They said uh, um, try to listen more and more, and also some are saying that try to read loudly. So I have one question, like I ask too many people. So like. Mm, I'm not understanding their listening words as a beginner. Okay, I'm not understand the book where I'm reading that page. So it's work or not? Like I'm not understanding the meaning of that phrases, that sentences. So it's a work or not? Understanding
See,
that or
sir.
not?
Yeah, I'm getting your point. See, sir. Uh, for example, you are from Maharashtra and your native language is Marathi.
Yeah.
You go to Punjab, their
Hmm.
native language is Punjabi.
Okay.
You know Marathi, but you don't know Punjabi. Just because,
But your video is stuck.
sorry, I got a call. Just because your posting is there, you went there and you have to stay there for next 3 years. Okay. Now you don't know Punjabi. People around you, they are all Punjabi. They are saying something you're not understanding, right? But if you would not understand them, you are not able to complete your work. Now,
Yes.
what is your compulsion? This is not want, this is need. This is your need to understand them. Otherwise, you can't even work.
Yes.
First day, you would just watch like this, what they are saying. Everything will goes out. Second day, when you will again listen to them, you may understand only 1%. Maybe Aji Kaseo, little bit. Okay. Third day, you would understand 2%. I'm damn sure as long as you spend your maximum time to understand them, one day for sure you can understand Punjabi as well. And I'm not saying in 1 month, 2 months, 3 months. It may take you at least 6 months. You can speak as well like them,
Yes. Yes.
depending on your need,
Yes.
how eager and hungry you are to learn something,
Yes.
right? See, it's not only you who is learning English. There are many people around the world who have been learning English for long, and English is not their native language, not first language,
Yes.
right? But still, they have learned and they are speaking. Take example of Spanish. Spanish is entirely different. If you haven't Spanish, but if you want to learn Spanish, I'm telling you, within 1 year you can speak Spanish as well, right?
Yes.
So in initial stage, everything seems to be difficult. It is difficult. But by the time, as soon as you would start listening to them very carefully, what will happen? I told you now that pattern. Your ears are being trained in order to capture those sounds and processing in your brain, and then finally giving an outcome to you that this is what they meant, right? So this is how listening works.
Yes.
Listening is not a permanent solution of learning a language. It couldn't be. If it is, so people will listen only. Why they would indulge themselves into writing, reading, and speaking? But
Yes.
again, listening will enhance your speed of learning a language because your ear brains is being trained, right? Because listening give you information, content, right? Listening and reading input, writing and speaking the output of that input. This is how it works.
So, like, yeah. Uh, Sorry. I have a one another question. Your voice is mute.
I have muted if it.
Okay. Fine.
Yeah, please go ahead. Sorry, actually, there was some disturbance, so that's why. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So, I also feel while talking with any person, like in video call or in audio call, I can't feel hesitation. Now, if anyone, any unknown person call me, I'll give them all the answer in English. Even If I am doing mistake, I don't mind. I don't have any like a doubt about that. I just try to speak with them. But uh, while giving training to my student in school or academy, at that moment I feel some hesitation. But in this time, like in nowadays, and from 10 to 15 days, if anyone asks me anything in English, I try to give them all the answer in English. But if I have a question in if I want to ask any student, at that moment I feel hesitation to ask them if my students is school is a English medium, so the students are laughing on me or not. But they are not laugh. But in my mind, I thought like this in this types of question. So how to overcome from this? Like lots of people, lots of teacher, they said, even Nanda Kumar sir, you know very well, Nanda Kumar Gopal, English area teacher, who also said, Anil, you write something on your pocket and try to repeat with them. So like gradually you improve and overcome from there. And if you have like the same types of question regularly, you try to write and wrote and write and some try to memorize all these things. But I tried lots of times, but on while training I forget all the question and all these things. So how to overcome from this fear, hesitations?
See, sir, I will say one thing. You won't believe on me. I did my schooling from Hindi medium school.
Okay.
There was no subject like English in my school days. When I started my journey of learning this language, I couldn't speak a single sentence in English. I couldn't introduce myself with English. I was totally naive. And you won't believe, being a central government employee, why I'm putting that this much effort in order to master this language, because I was being criticized and insulted by many people in my initial days just because of my terrible and horrible spoken English. In fact, you won't believe, that day I got a spark. I got a fire inside me when someone said that Shiv, stop speaking English. Because the way you speak English seems to be that you are rapist of English. You're doing postmortem of English. I was that much terrible. Means I don't know like how people can say this kind of stuff, but still, I was I was in dilemma. What shall I do? There was two options I did have at that time. One, either I quit my journey, like it's not my cup of tea, or I would I could take that criticism as a challenge in a constructive way, in a positive way, and I could start learning this language. And that's what exactly I have done. I'm not sure how many hours do you practice in one day, but in my case, I did practice for 14 to 16 hours every single day for next 3 months. Why? Because I had that spark. I had that zeal and zest to master this language. I couldn't stop myself to remember those words of that guy who said to me day and night, right? And it's been 3.5 years I've been speaking English. In your case, if you feel hesitate and shyness, honestly speaking, there are some reason behind it. You need to find out that reason. You have to face those reasons. There is no other solution. And if you think like what other guys thinking about me, if you have this fear, honestly speaking, in this era, no one has time for anyone else. Honestly speaking, you can say anyone else, they don't even have time for their family members, for their relatives. Okay, for instance, they would think about you that he made a mistake. But what after that? He would go to his own home, he would engage himself into his own chore, and he would forget everything about it.
Yeah.
Stuff in your mind. लोगों का काम है कहना, लोग कुछ ना कुछ कहेंगे. That's true. You can't hold anyone's mouth, honestly speaking. Whenever you will face this kind of situation, I will say only one thing to you, just only one thing. Just make a very healthy comparison between these people with whom you are being afraid of judgment and the goal you have in your life in order to learn this language, why you want to learn. And now ask yourself, which one is more important? These people, these people who are really a stranger for you, that you don't even know who are they people, right? And your goal, which one is important? I'm damn sure your goal is important. Forget about them. You won't believe it. Still people are criticizing me for my way of speaking because I do have a very different accent. They usually criticize me that being an Indian, you have to speak like an Indian, right? Don't try to pretend that you are a native speaker of English because you are not. And I don't feel from my side to give clarification to each and every single person who is having this kind of thought. If they are thinking, let them think. I know who am I love myself and I'm the best version of myself and I feel proud on myself because I remember the day when I started journey when I was not even able to pronounce a single word. Now at least I can teach people, though I'm not perfect because no one is perfect in this whole world. But when I'm comparing myself from my past day, I'm feeling so proud of myself. That's what you have to feel. Remember
Uh,
your that day when you started your journey and what kind of speaker you was at that time and what are you right now?
yeah,
How? Because you didn't stop your journey. You didn't get the fear of being afraid of making mistake or what people will think about you. And I want you to just keep working this way. Forget about it. I'm not sure you are understanding me or not, but I can say one thing. Whenever you are recording your video, okay, and after 1 month, just watch your this video if you will upload this in your YouTube channel, and then make a comparison between this video and the day when you will speak English after 1 month. You would find a very magical, drastic, and massive change in your spoken English. Why? Just because you are not going to stop your journey of being fluent in this language.
yeah,
Keep this thing in your mind. And these people who are laughing at you, who are judging you, they themselves will come to you and they will ask you, Anil sir, we are really fond of your spoken English. We want to take mentorship from you. And this is the best reply for all of them with whom you are being afraid to judge. That's all I can say.
yeah, definitely. So I think I completed my question. I don't have any other question. If you have, you can ask me.
I do have questions, not single, not two. I do have many questions, but I would ask you those questions in my session when I will invite you in my YouTube channel. That day, I would be the host, and you will be going to answer all of my questions. Okay?
Definitely, definitely.
Okay. So, sir, it's really pleasure talking to you. I've enjoyed the whole conversation. It was really a fruitful and productive conversation with you. Thanks for giving your precious time and connecting with me. Some other day, we are going to talk about some other aspect of this language. Thank you.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you, sir.
Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Most
Welcome.
welcome, sir. Bye bye. Take care.